Good morning, I'm Sarah Kavanaugh, and welcome to another edition of Tiger Nation.
This is Tiger Nation, where we empower our students to become lifelong learners.
Tiger Nation, I'm Jermaine Brown, principal of Hattiesburg High School. It is indeed a pleasure to be here. One of my opening lines that I say all the time is, it's a great day to be a Tiger. And what I do is I'm describing and using the word Tigers as an acronym for our students. Tigers stands for our students are tenacious, intelligent, gifted, extraordinary, resourceful, and stellar. Our students are those things and more. As we journey through the 2013-2014 school year, we ask for your support because this is Hattiesburg's high school. So we asking all citizens, all stakeholders, parents, community members, teachers, and students to buy into what we're trying to do, but we want you to be a part of the process. Feel free to visit us on campus, go to our website, or even follow us on Twitter at Hattiesburg High, and just try to find out the things that are going on at Hattiesburg High School, as well as be vocal of some input or some concerns that you have. We embrace that. Again, we're Hattiesburg's high school, and we want to be a reflection of this great city.
As of September 20th, there were 23 applications submitted by young ladies at Hattiesburg High desiring to be part of the homecoming court. These young ladies had to complete the application packet, have their parents' permission, have maintained a seat average, have no out-of-school suspensions, and have no more than 10 unexcused absences. Hattiesburg High School's homecoming will be October 25th, and the 2013 homecoming court will display 4 seniors, 2 juniors, 2 sophomores, 2 freshmen, and 1 JROTC cadet. According to Miss Anita Knott, the candidates are highly prepared and ready to present their class. The Hattiesburg Tiger Forensic Department traveled to Oxford, Mississippi last weekend to compete at the University of Mississippi William Faulkner Invitational Speech and Debate Tournament. There were 24 schools represented at the tournament, and over 320 students competed at different events. Israel Lyons, a senior at Hattiesburg High School, was named the recipient of the Individual Events Sweepstake Championship and the Rose Bowie Memorial recipient. Jarius Adams, a junior at Hattiesburg High School, finished in second place as Hattiesburg Tiger Forensics captured the top 2 places in the tournament. Hattiesburg Forensics will compete next weekend at the Oak Grove Warrior Invitational. The students in Hattiesburg Public School District are fortunate to have several career and technical programs offered to them beginning in the 7th grade. The Director of Career and Technical Education, Dr. John E. Simpson, shared with us some of the new things on the horizon for this department.
Hey, good morning. Dr. John Simpson, Director of Career and Technical Education for Hattiesburg School District. This morning we're here to announce our the academy that we plan to open at Hattiesburg High School in the near future. Last year I wrote a proposal to the State Department of Education asking that we get permission to establish school academies within the curriculum here at Hattiesburg High. And we have been accepted, we have been approved, and we're now on the stages of embarking on actually establishing these academies. We have 3 years to do this, so we're going to take our time and move through this process. But academies basically are schools within schools. And so we have 9 programs, 9 career tech programs here at Hattiesburg High. And with that being said, we're going to embark on taking, we're going to take some of the academies and develop them into some of the programs and developing them into academies. Now, what does academies mean? Well, academies basically is we take students who are in certain programs and they become cohorts. And these students will, such as the Teacher Academy, which we started last year, and we combined that with our Early Child Development Program. And those students actually, as they enter into that program as 10th graders, they will stay together for the next 2 and 3 years. And actually they will be considered cohorts, and those students will have the same teachers if I make myself clear on that. So in other words, they will just travel together for the next 3 years, and we keep them together, and the teachers work together, both academic and our career tech teachers also. And just for more clarity, let me just read my statement, and I think it will come clear to you what we're trying to do. The Hattiesburg School District has demonstrated a commitment to career and academic excellence by providing all students the opportunity to excel academically, socially, and with an emphasis on career choices. The school district enables students to learn from challenging experiences with support from a unified, involved community committed to the students of Hattiesburg. Having a strong foundation which transports our students to pursue an academic career and/or post-secondary education, the district is excited about the opportunity for students to be able to choose a pathway from Technology and Health Science Academy or Education Academy. Technology and Health Science Academy will be the umbrella cluster for the following pathways: Polymer Tech, Robotics and Engineering, and Health Science. Education Academy will be the cluster for teacher education and early childhood education. Students who select either cluster will be able to choose advanced or specialized courses of study which will focus on academic excellence and career-specific material which is related to the opportunities available to the students post-high school graduation. Each of the Hattiesburg Career Tech Academies will be affiliated with firms in the technology industry, engineering contracting industry, healthcare industry, or educational agencies, including colleges and universities in the Hattiesburg community. Career Tech students will be exposed to performance-based curricula, which will provide the integration of academic and career skills to hands-on application experiences. So with that said, basically we're embarking on this new adventure, and it's something that I am, from looking at and researching this topic, is very common throughout the nation. I see an opportunity for our students to be able to gain so much from their secondary education experiences as they go into their post-secondary. These students will be able to earn certifications, and they'll be able to earn scholarships that will be certainly will enhance their ability to complete their education and go into the world of work. And so just to let you know, I know we're going to have further discussions on this, but Nashville City School District has invited us to come for their study visit, which Nashville has 81,000 students in their district, and all of their high schools are academies. And so every student in the high schools in Nashville, they enter into, they choose a pathway that they want to pursue as a career possibly down the line. And so I'm taking another group here Wednesday morning to Nashville, and we will be involved in their study visit to see what makes how they develop their academies and how they are looking today. And we're going to do a lot of interviews with students and faculty as well. So we look forward to this opportunity. I'm excited about this new adventure. I know the students of Hattiesburg in our community will see just to what advantage it's going to give our students for their post-secondary education, or if they go into the world of work right out of high school. So with that in mind, stay tuned for more as we continue to develop our academies here at Hattiesburg High School. Thank you. Good day.
Mr. Clement Ector recently sat down with Coach Tony Vance to discuss the football team's recent win against the Harrison Central Rebels and their upcoming game against Biloxi.
Good morning. My name is Clement Ector, and I'm the host for Tiger Nation. Today we have with us Coach Tony Vance. He's a new head coach for the Hattiesburg High football team. Good morning, Coach Vance. Welcome to Tiger Nation.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Good to be here. Just have a few questions we'd like to ask you this morning so our audience, our listening audience, can get a better understanding of who you are and where you come from. And we know you're here at Hattiesburg High to bring the same winning tradition that you've been able to take care of at all of the other places where you've coached. What's your hometown, Coach?
Oh, Charleston, Mississippi.
Charleston.
And I have to say Mississippi because most times I say Charleston, everybody assumes it's Carolina, South Carolina, so Charleston, Mississippi.
Have to clarify, it's Mississippi.
And it's North Mississippi.
North
between,
Mississippi.
And most people still don't know where that is, but between Batesville and Grenada.
Yeah.
Interstate 55.
Okay, yeah, I know exactly where that is. Tell us about your growing up experience as a child, just growing up, your mom, your dad, those kind of things.
Okay. I was 12 of 13 children coming up. My dad passed when I was 10, so my mom pretty much raised all of us, by herself. Come from a large family, obviously, and we grew up working hard, raising gardens, chickens, hogs, and, that's kind of how we grew up, just doing what we had to do to survive. So come up that way and understood real early the importance of the education. And if we were going to accomplish anything in life, we need to go to school and get an education. So that was instilled in us real early, and we understood that we were going to go to school. Woke up some mornings and she used to tell Mom, I don't feel like going to school. And she used to tell us, well, you're going to leave here. So, and being an old country boy, wasn't nowhere else to go but school. So that's where we ended up most of the day.
Well, it sounds like you had a great mom, and definitely if she was able to raise those many children by herself and, encourage you guys to go to college and further your education so you could be in a position where you are now, not only to be able to bless your family, but, be able to bless the young men that we have here in the Hattiesburg High football program.
No doubt. I tell people all the time, everybody talk about role models, but my mom's my role model. And, she's the lady that, instilled everything in our thoughts and our beliefs, and I'm eternally grateful for that. So.
Amen. I had a great mom too, so I can ditto what you're saying. Now, let me ask you this: what you attended Charleston High School, of course. Right. What about your college? What schools did you attend?
Started off at Northwest, transferred from Northwest Junior College to Cahoma Community College, where I received my associate's degree. Graduated from there, went to Mississippi Valley State. I received both my bachelor's degree and my master's degree from Mississippi Valley State University, Delta Devils.
So what's your degrees in?
Physical education.
Physical education.
I have 2 degrees in physical education and administrative license and master's of arts in teaching.
Okay.
So.
Good deal. Good deal. Now, what about your family? I know you're married, man. Tell us about your wife and your children.
Well, wife, been married 9 years, going on 10. We got a wonderful wife, supportive wife. As a former coach, when things not going well, not many people on your side. You got to have somebody to go home to and
thank God for a wife and
head on the
children.
show. That's right, and so I'm blessed in that regard, no doubt. Yeah. Have 4 children. I have a son, Cedric. He lives and he works in Oxford. He's grown. Daughter, Kiasia, she lives in Cincinnati, Ohio. She's a 17-year-old junior, and I have daughter, Takiri. She goes to school here in Ann Arbor, and she's in 7th grade, and a son, Tony, the second. Everybody calls Deuce. He's first grade over at Tim. So,
okay.
But got a wonderful family and been blessed. Okay. 2 boys, 2 girls.
That's great. So how's your family making an adjustment to Hattiesburg?
Love it. They love Hattiesburg. It's a great area, and that was my selling point to my wife when I took this job. That she would love the area. She would love Hattiesburg, and they do. They all love it. So great place to live.
Oh, it is. It is a great place to raise your children, to raise a family. Plenty of shopping. I mean, plenty of places to eat. And of course, I love the school district, and I'm a Hattiesburg man. Now, tell me about your. I know you have an outstanding record when it comes to Friday night football. Tell us what was your winning record when you got to Hattiesburg?
I had a career record of 60-10 coming to Hattiesburg. Was fortunate. I tell people all the time, I was fortunate enough to surround myself with great coaches, great people, and we was fortunate enough to have great football players. It's not so much about what I do as a head football coach, but I think it's about surrounding yourself with the right people and having players. At the end of the day, I'm a much better coach when our players play well. I'm not much of a coach if our players don't play well. So, but that's the key to it. You got to have players. You win with players. Anybody that's in this profession long enough, they'll tell you that. So it's not so much what Coach Vance has done. I've been fortunate and blessed enough to have great players on my team.
And, a lot of people don't seem to understand that. I think about Nuke Rockney all the time. He was an outstanding coach, but he had the 4 horsemen. And I can remember when I was coaching here as an assistant, And we had this one defense we called 31 Loose Wildcat. That's what we brought to house. And I don't care who we were playing against, Moss Point, Meridian. When we called 31 Loose Wildcat, we're going to get a fumble, it's going to be a sack, it's going to be a hurry. I mean, something good is about to happen. And a few years later, we had to take that defense out of the playbook because the personnel changed. And where it used to be a big play for us, it ended up being a play where we were getting hurt on, so we just had to take it out of the playbook. So, you know, it's great to be a great coach, but you don't find very many great coaches without great players.
That's true. That's true.
Because you can't run the play on Friday night.
I tell the players all the time, I played my last down football 20 years ago, so it's been a while for me. So.
Yeah. So now what position did you play when
I played quarterback, wide receiver, and defensive back. Played a little running back. I come from a small school, and you played everything. I tell these guys all the time, man, if I could come and play in their generation where most of the time you only have to go one way, I think I'd be a pretty good football player. But probably you had to do the same thing back when you were in high school. Never came off the field. So.
Kickoff return, punt return, extra point, offense, defense. Did it all.
That was it. Never came off the field. So, but you look back over those experiences and you're thankful it gave you opportunity to learn a lot of football. So.
Now, I heard a touching story about your life. Did you donate a kidney to someone?
I did. My mom been on dialysis for about 10 years. And in '96, I tore my ACL at Oklahoma playing football, playing defensive back, and had a decision to make. Wasn't much of a decision for me. I could try to rehab that knee and get back on the field. And when I came home on the weekends and I see my mom coming home from dialysis, and if you know anybody that's on dialysis, it's a struggle. You go to dialysis and you come home, you're weak, no energy. Next day you feel great, but you got to do it all again the next day. So it got to the point where I was tired of seeing my mom suffer like that, and decided to donate her a kidney, and had the kidney transplant in 1997, and I'm sorry, 96, in 1996, and everything went great. Kidney transplant went great. Recovery period for both of us went great, and in 1997 she went to the hospital for a checkup and ended up catching pneumonia in the hospital, and I passed in '97 from pneumonia.
I'm sorry to hear about that. Sorry to hear about that. But it was not from the kidney.
No. Kidney never stopped working. I worked to the end. So just one of those things you go through in life. And I tell the players all the time, life always throws you curveballs. You never know what's happening, what's going to happen. But throughout adversity I've been through in life, and and I've had plenty of shares of it. But in the end, you come out on the other side, you look back, and you can be thankful for the adversity you've been through.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, no doubt you did everything that you could possibly do for your mom. Because even with it being your mom, there's a lot of people that wouldn't be willing to give up a kidney. But that's very commendable. And my mom was 91 years old. She passed a couple of years ago. And I'm sure I have the same feelings that you have as a son. I feel like I did everything I could do. For my mother, because like you shared with us, you had a great mom. I had a great mom as well, and there was nothing that I was not willing to do for her, because there was nothing that she would refuse to do for myself or my siblings. And by the way, you said it was 13 years?
13 of us.
It's 11 of us.
Okay. You know what it's like coming from a big family. But it was. I think back all the time with my mom, and she would go without eating to make sure we ate, and just whatever she had to do to put food on the table, and she was able to do that. So eternally grateful to her later.
Okay.
No doubt.
Good deal, good deal. Well, Coach, you was able to get in that win column on Friday night, and just tell us about it. I know that's always a great feeling.
It is. I tell you what, I give credit to our players first of all. We started the season 0-4. You lose to Pedal Team, you lose to Laurel, you lose to Wayne County, you come back, you lose to Oak Grove, And those guys could have quit. They could have given up. They could have said, hey, I'm not going to practice today. They could have found any excuse not to be there at practice every day. But, to those guys' credit, they kept coming to practice. They kept working hard, kept believing in us as coaches, and buying in what we were telling them and doing what we asked them to do. And, I think everybody's seen us play. We've gotten better every week. We're not great. We still have a lot of work to do, but we've gotten better every week. And last week we were able to kind of put it all together and get a victory. So that's what it's about.
Great deal, and especially what people have to understand. Anytime you come into a program, as a new coach and pretty much a new staff, it takes a while to get those players acclimated to your system.
It does, it takes the coaches a while to learn the players, learn who can do what, and we've had some personnel switches, and we moved some guys from offense to defense over the course of the last few weeks. That's made a better football team. And again, like I said, the players, it takes them getting used to coaches, understanding exactly what coach expects out of us and on this situation or in that situation. And like I said, it takes time, and we didn't have a whole lot of time to grow up.
Right.
We kind of thrown into the fire from that first week, playing against a Pelham team that was ranked 4 or 5 in the state. And, of course, next week, I think I was looking back this weekend. The first 4 teams we play, I think they only have 2 losses. I think Wayne County's lost twice. The rest of them, out of those first 4, still undefeated. So, tough non-division schedule.
Tough schedule.
It made us better football.
Oh yeah, Coach. During your last game, tell us about the strengths and weaknesses of the team.
Well, I thought we did a pretty good job of controlling the line of scrimmage for the most part. And at the end of the day, you can drive all kind of plays and all kind of this and that, but the games won and lost most of the time up front.
That's right.
And our guys up front did a really good job of controlling the line of scrimmage on the offensive side. Our defensive line did a good job controlling the line of scrimmage on that side of the ball. So that was a really bright spot for us. Still a lot of room for improvement, but we were able to win that battle Friday night, and so goes that battle most times. So goes football.
Yeah, you can win that line of scrimmage, man.
But that was definitely a bright spot. Offense, we established our running game, and quarterback had a really good night passing. He was really efficient throwing the football. I think he was 6 of 7, for 130 yards and a touchdown. So took care of the football for the most part. Had 2 turnovers that cost us, but those are things that can be fixed. That's what we're looking forward to going to practice today, fixing those mistakes. That's what we did.
And we played Harrison Central this past Friday night. Right. Who do we have this week coming up?
We got Biloxi this week.
Biloxi.
Got to go to Biloxi this week. Matter of fact, our next 3 on the road. We go to the coast 3 straight weeks. Got Biloxi, St. Martin, and I think Gulfport. But Biloxi is the task is at hand, and we got a really good football team, really talented players, a lot of size, and so it's going to be interesting.
What's Biloxi's record so far?
I think they're 3-2. I think they lost the first division game last Friday. That's why I tell our players, that's Friday night. How hungry are you for a win? Because at the end of the night, that's what it's going to boil down to. How hungry are you?
Yeah.
Are you willing to lay it all on the line and leave it out on the field?
So what's Biloxi's strength on offense?
A really good running back. Got some linemen up front that are really big, but really good running back. Does a great job of cutting and vision and seeing the holes and can really run. The quarterback's athletic, throws the ball fairly well, but he can really hurt you with his feet also. So we're going to have to really play well on defense, contain those 2 guys. They do have a receiver that they like to get the ball to, but for the most part, though, those 2 guys right there.
Pounding it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
what this past week, who do you think was your most productive players on offense and most productive on defense?
Well, I know offensively, like I said, offensive line did a pretty good job blocking. Tristan did a good job throwing the football. Willie Hartfield, probably came through really big for us. I think he had 5 of the 6 catches maybe, and got maybe close to 100 yards receiving and a big touchdown against one of the better defensive backs, in the state. So he really had a really good game for us. A couple times 3rd down, he came through some big catches for us, and Tristan made some big throws. So, but at the end of the day, I think it was a total team effort, and those guys really, starting to learn to lean on each other and count on each other. That's what we have to do.
Share with the audience some of your philosophies as it relates to the team.
Okay, I believe that it doesn't just start on the football field. I think, and I share this with the players all the time. I think it starts at home, obviously, and carries over to the classroom. And I've told them this time and time again. When we start winning in the classroom and away from football, because to me that's the big battle. Can they do right while they're at school? Can they be where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there? Can they do right at home and be where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there? If they can do those things right, then football is going to be pretty easy for them. And we're struggling doing some of those things right now. But once we get that fixed, I think it'll translate. I know it will to the football field. So that's probably my biggest belief right there, is getting players to act right away from football. We don't have that problem with them with football because they're playing the game because they love the game.
They want to be there.
But if they'll do right in other places, it'll translate to football field, and I think you'll see a lot more production. So that's a battle we're fighting right now, and I encourage anybody in the community to help us fight that battle. Encourage these guys to do right, to come to school, to learn, and you know, do what they're supposed to do on a daily basis, and act like they're supposed to act. And, that's the battle we're fighting right there for us. That's concerned. For us, football itself, you know, you got to get better every day. You know, you go to practice every day to get better. Don't just go to practice, go through the motions. Go to practice, get better. Practice with a purpose. They hear that all the time. It's practice with a purpose. What's your purpose today? You know, it's to get better as a football player. My purpose every day is to get better as a football coach. And I think if you're doing those things, you will get better. And so that bleeds into a lot of what we do on the football field. You know, come down to offense, you know, you got to take what they give you, and you find something that's working, I think you stick with it. And, you know, obviously we want to be a blue-collar football team. We want to run the football, and we want through it, not just when we have to, but when we want to. And, you know, I think we're slowly getting to the point where we can do that. Defensively, you got to have 11 guys over there that like to run and hit people.
Chase the ball.
You know, throw the bodies around, you know, and we're still moving guys in and out on the defense side of the ball. But, you know, at the end of the day, defense purpose, get the ball back to the offense as quick as they can, the best field position they can.
That's right. That's right. Well, Coach, I'm going to have to change streams for just a minute. You keep hurting my eyes with this ring. Tell us about this ring that you're wearing right now.
State championship ring from Charleston. I've been fortunate as a coach. I have, like I said, I've been around some good coaches and great players. You know, been fortunate to play for 3 state championships. Winning one of those. One as an assistant coach. Played in 05. Ironically, we played for 3 state championships in Charleston, all 3 against Hazlehurst.
Okay.
05, they beat us 14-0. We played them in 2011, and we beat them 34-8, the state championship game. And we had to go back in 2012 and have a repeat, and they beat us 21-20.
Yeah, in fact, I watched that game on TV.
But, you know, I tell the players all the time, not something I wear every day, you know, but it is something that I pull out every now and then to remind me of the struggles. We started that season 0-2. Lost our first 2 games. Lost to 6A South Haven and 5A Oxford. And things weren't going too well. That football team made a decision. You know, hey, we don't want our season to go this way. And that team made a decision, and we won the next 14 games and we're out to win the state championship.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, and I tell you, you know, people coach for years at, you know, even here at Hattiesburg, we've gone 4 times, and I was on the sideline 2 times, and we came up short. So, man, when you actually, not only, it's tough just making it to the state championship, but when you can actually come back and get that victory and come back with the ring, that speaks volumes. So, congratulations on that state championship, Coach. Now, before we close today, is there anything you'd like to just share with the Tiger Nation? Just
encourage everyone to continue to come out and support these young men. They deserve it. You know, we have roughly 1,300 students here at Hattiesburg High School, and this is something I share with people all the time. Out of that 1,300, I guarantee we have 600 or 700 male athletes here at the high school, and we've got about 58 out there playing football. You know, so encourage those 58 because they could be doing something else. You know, they're out there, and they're giving everything they got, and we're proud of them, and we appreciate the time and effort, appreciate the parents letting them play football, allowing them to play, and just encourage everyone to come out and support these guys, man, because I promise you, they're doing the best. They're not professional athletes. I remind people all the time, they're not professional athletes. They're high school players that playing the game of football, and at the end of the day, it's a game, you know, and they won't play it forever. And but just come out and support these guys. They deserve it. They're working hard every day. They could be somewhere else doing anything but the right thing. But I guarantee when we get them until sometimes late at night, 8 o'clock at night, they're with us trying to get better playing football. So they're putting the time and effort in. We ask that community come out and support these guys, put the time and effort in to come out and support them. They deserve it.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've had the pleasure of having Coach Tony Vance, the head coach for the Hattiesburg High Tigers here in Hattiesburg. Ask you to join us the next time. Be blessed.
I'm Sarah Kavanaugh, and this has been another edition of Tiger Nation.
Hello, Hattiesburg. It is my pleasure to remind you that this Saturday, October 5th, from 8 until the evening, we have the historic Mobile Street Renaissance Festival. It's the 8th annual festival, and we are really emphasizing this year family entertainment. We'll have vendors with donuts. We'll have the Tiger booth for digital media from Hattiesburg High with our wonderful candy goodies and the golden ticket that wins you $20. We'll have jumpers, moon jumpers, and many, many games for the children. But for you teens, we'll have the youth dance, the Hop Step Down concert, and plenty of gospel music for you singers or people who just like to listen. Come on out and listen to the Gospel Best Challenge. This is going to be the best historic Mobile Street Renaissance Festival ever, so I hope to see you there. I'm Armindia Esters, and on behalf of the City Council, we want to say, go Tigers! See you on Mobile Street.